was raining all night last night, so when I got here, I just stayed in the van, just hung out. But it sure is beautiful now. But yeah, gonna get the van in order here. It's a little out of sorts. Make the bed and get things tidied up for the day. That's a little better. Just like to sweep up what I can in the mornings. There's a lot of leaves and stuff that gets tracked in. So those are pretty much the morning chores in the van. And that's going to be about the same whether I'm out here or stealth camping somewhere in the city. Just like to make the bed and brush my teeth and get everything kind of situated for the day. It does change a little bit depending on where I am. A lot of times if I'm stealth camping, I don't want to do that whole process right where I parked for the night, so I'll kind of spread it out over the morning, just as I move to spots where it's just easier to do. So, but out here, it's great. Got all the time in the world. And now it's time for some coffee. And propane and the stove. So now that I've got the coffee, I'll probably just hang out for the rest of the morning. Figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Haven't decided. There are a couple of cool trails close by that I've hiked before. Might check them back out, but might end up just staying put right here and keeping myself entertained. So we'll see what happens. So here's a walk around of the van as it usually looks when I'm camping in the mornings. I usually just open all the doors so that, you can just kind of air out the van, and any condensation that built up over the night can kind of have a chance to clear on out of there. If I end up staying out here another night, I'll probably try to have a fire and do a little bit of cooking. But like I mentioned, it rained last night, so all the wood's gonna be pretty soaking wet. Luckily, and this isn't always the case, but today I've got the stove packed with some dry wood from last time. So what I might do is get the fire going with that and then process some more that I can find around here, and just mix it in with the dry and see if it'll burn. But yeah, that'll come a little later. So it's a little bit later now. Just did a little bit of reading and just kind of relaxing for a while. I'm not sure what the weather's gonna do. It's not supposed to rain, but you never know. It's gotten a little cloudy. So I'll keep watching it. There's still plenty of time. But if it looks like it's gonna start drizzling again, I might not work on any firewood, just because, yeah, I obviously wouldn't wanna have the fire if it's gonna rain. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but actually on public land right now, in the Alabama foothills / mountains, and I believe this is a hunting camp. It is hunting season, but it's a weekday, so I'm hoping I'll kind of have the place to myself for the most part. Yeah, you can see where folks have done a little bit of camping and making fires, which there's somebody has a little stack of firewood. I won't touch that. I've had my firewood taken too many times to do that to somebody else. But anyway, because this is a camp, what I find sometimes is that makes finding firewood sometimes a bit more difficult, because it's kind of been picked over everything close to the camp. This is something I might check out. This limb down. Might look down that hill a bit. There should be something I can use. But like I said, we'll watch the weather, and depending on how that goes, we might or might not start working on some firewood. So one of the things I like to do when I have a little bit of downtime, and I'm in a place where, you know, it's not gonna draw too much attention, I like to, you know, just clean the van, do a little bit of that to keep on top of it, because it's very easy for it to get out of hand fast if you don't, you know, just keep things clean. Just do a little bit every day if you can. So probably gonna just disinfect, you know, the back hatch here and this section. Kind of like to take it in sections a day at a time. Just so it's not like an overwhelming task to do all at one day. So yeah, probably work on that for a bit and see where we are. So I think I will start looking for some firewood to process, and yeah, let's see what we can find. It's usually a little bit tricky to find the right kind of wood. Me, I'm a little bit picky, so I don't like it too green, but then obviously I don't want it rotten either, so there's this in-between spot that a lot of times, yeah, it's just hard to find. Like this right here, I would say that's a little too old for my liking. Probably already got the bugs in there too, and me personally, if the bugs are in it, that's it's usually off limits for me. it's usually probably not that great of wood at that point anyway for fires. And also, I mean, you'd just be killing a bunch of little insects minding their own business, you know? So we'll keep looking. So here we've got what looks like a pretty decent pine limb. It's broken off, and yeah, I mean, it first cut seems like it's sturdy enough, but sometimes when you get into it, you don't know. Well, let's check it out. Okay, not too shabby. Well, it is pretty damp, at least on the outside. Hoping that it's dry enough on the inside that it'll burn once the fire starts going. I do believe that it is like pitch pine, maybe. It's definitely not the regular soft pines that I'm used to. So this should burn a little bit better, not so fast. And maybe, I don't know, the turpentines, if there's any in there, help it burn a bit. So the rest of the dry wood that I have, I'm not even sure what kind of wood it is. And it was dense enough to burn pretty well. So between the two of them, I think we should be good for the night. You can kind of see the mountains out there in the distance. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of thinking that this is where the forest, national forest, public land ends, because all that has been, cut down. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. It could be that all of that is part of the forest as well. They just managed it, They brought in some logging trucks and all that. It's quiet out here. I keep hearing all these woodpeckers. See them flying through the trees and testing them out. But that's about it. Just birds Haven't seen any other wildlife yet. So it's about 2 o'clock, and it gets dark pretty early this time of year. Probably around 5, it's, pretty much there. So I think I might go ahead and see if I can get a small fire going. We'll see how it goes. I do have a little bit of fat wood in the van, so probably need to use that today because of how damp things are, but we'll see what we can do. So I know that everybody probably has a different way of making a fire, but this is one method that seems to work pretty well for me. Just start with a pretty nice bigger log, and then pile the kindling kind of leaned up on the side of it. That way, as the fire gets going, it can start warming up this bigger log and getting something more substantial going at the base. So here's the fat wood. I'm gonna see how few pieces I can use to get it started, if I can get it started. So let's see. So hopefully that fat wood will keep burning and warm up sort of the damp kindling, and as that works, I can start adding some more. Well, it's safe to say that it's going. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a big chunk of that pine that we cut earlier. Let's see how that does. Well, the sun's going down and it's getting chilly again. It's nice to be here by the fire. Well, it's a little after 6 o'clock now, and it is thoroughly dark outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make a little bit of dinner here while the fire's going. So tonight I'm having a sort of, I guess you could say, a veggie stir fry slash soup. I know it doesn't look like much now, but it's a wonder what a little bit of heat will do to some pretty basic food. Do you hear those coyotes? Well, dinner has been both cooked and consumed, and I've got to say, I'm pretty satisfied. So now just doing some dishes and cleaning up a bit, and yeah, kind of getting ready to close it up for the night. Well, everything's cleaned up and packed away for the night. Pretty much got everything packed up from outside except for the solo stove. It's still got some coals in it, so I have to pack it up before I leave in the morning. I've got to get out of here pretty early, so I'm gonna have a bit of an early night. But yeah, that was pretty much an average day in the woods. So if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out, and yeah, I'll see you later.